Hi there, morning everybody, namaste, welcome to class. I'll give you all a few moments just to click in, so take your time. If you can see me in the group, just click on the post and eventually you'll see people start to join, etc, hopefully, and we can get started. But I will just give you a few moments to click in and get yourself sorted out. So we're going to begin this morning seated. So start sitting down on your mat. You can have the legs crossed, you can be sat on a cushion, you can be sat on a block. If you want to, you can just take those feet out in front of you, bring the soles of the feet together and have a nice little diamond shape. I'm actually on a chair today so that I can be up here with you for the first few moments in class. So morning Pat, morning Leslie, I can see a few of you out there joining in. So if I don't say good morning, I have seen you and I'll certainly message you afterwards. Melissa, thank you. Third eye, would that be our owl eyes? We had a bit of a laugh yesterday, didn't we, with the owl eyes. I haven't got my owl eyes today. I've got the lightning bolts on today. Yeah, that was brilliant. Really made my day. So welcome to class. We are going to be working with Ajna, which is the third eye, the chakra for the third eye. It's the 6th class in the series. And if anybody's watching who hasn't seen any of the previous classes, you know, don't worry, you don't have to have watched them all consecutively. You can kind of, you know, pick and choose which ones you want to do. I mean, it is good to do all of them from 1 all the way through to 6. So you might want to set yourself a target over a week of doing 1 to 7, of which there's 7 in the whole process. The last one will be tomorrow, will be on Thursday. But today we're focusing on Ajna, the third eye chakra, which is the 6th chakra. So it's about our centre of perception, our centre of command, our personal insight. So insight into ourselves and also insight into others and insight into the world. So morning Rachel, lovely to see you. Hi, I'm glad you could make it. Don't forget your blanket. You'll need your blanket at the end. Lovely. So nice to meet up with you this week as well and do a practice. That was really lovely to go and do Jane's class in the week. There was a few of us in a beautiful garden. So morning to everybody who's joined us. The 6th in the series. Morning Tracy, how lovely to have you here again. Really nice. And we're working with Ajna. So the colour that we're going to be focusing on is the colour indigo. So a dark blue kind of purpley colour, and that will be the colour that we work with. The element is thought, the emotion is clarity. The purpose of the third eye chakra, which you'll find just between the eyebrows here, is focus. So this place where we go to think about quietening the mind, centering, working with our imagination and also our insight, so wisdom, intuition. You know, a yogic life is very much one of learning. It's about trying to learn from every single situation. So a really big part of our practice is to take a situation that comes to us and then think, what can we learn from this? So rather than reacting to situations and just feeling the emotional drives, I mean, that doesn't mean we don't feel them, but you know, the emotional drives of say anger or sadness or frustration, we have to think, what can we learn? It's all about kind of, you know, working with study and intuition and trying to find our way and move our way through life in a way where we learn something from every situation. So the 6th chakra, or Ajna, is where we kind of focus that ability, the ability for learning. And that's not book learning, that's about life learning. It's about looking at the situations that come to us and making some sense of them and learning how to move through our lives in a more positive way, or in a way that's going to be more helpful and give us more ease, you know, more ease in our lives. So the parts of the body that we work with is obviously eyes, forehead, the pituitary gland, which is at the base of the brain. It releases lots and lots of hormones, so growth hormones, pregnancy hormones, regulates water and osmosis in the system, has an impact on our energy levels, temperature, pain relief and antidepressants. So, you know, we've got our own internal pharmaceuticals locked away within our different glands. So pituitary gland has, you know, the dopamines, oxytocin, all of these things which will release into the body and help us to feel better. And we can access these through some of these practices. So practices of meditation, practices of certain exercise where we're stimulating particular areas of the body. So so the pituitary gland is a really important gland in terms of the hormones and the effect that that has on the body. But we also look at sinuses. So sinuses are all housed around the eyes, and we tend to get a bit of blockage there through sinuses. And memory and concentration. So again, if memory and concentration is a problem for you, a practice which is Ajna focused or third eye focused is going to help you to balance within that area. So if we're deficient in this area, we may be in denial, we may be very cynical, we might be quite fixed and stuck about our ideas, and we find that we can't move forwards, we can't believe what other people say. You know, we're very, this is what I believe and I'm not going to believe anything else. So we might be quite close-minded, but also we might have a lack of focus, so we might be a little bit scattered in our thinking. Excessive energy in Ajna can create some delusion, or maybe, you know, delusional, maybe being very fanciful. And we all know the people that kind of live up here, live in the dreams all the time, you know, and that's a great thing to have. It's a great quality, but you need to balance that with grounding energy as well. So this is the area that we're going to be focusing on today with our practice. Crystals, for any of you interested in any crystal therapy, amethyst obviously is a great one for insight and intuition. Also lapis lazuli, any of the darker blue towards purple stones. But again, never underestimate the power of clear quartz. Clear quartz is a beautiful amplifier for all of the Ayurvedic centres of the body, the chakra centres. So, you know, that will work equally well for you. Oils that work well, rosemary is a wonderful oil for memory and for concentration. Sandalwood, as long as it's sustainably, you know, kind of sourced. Juniper and frankincense. Of course, frankincense is a beautiful oil for meditation. So anything where we're trying to quieten the mind, deepen the breath, and just give us a little bit of insight and openness to our situation. And I think never more than now, really, we all need to be nice and open to what's going on. It's very difficult because we get fixed in our ideals of what's happening and where we should be. And I think actually at the moment we've got to learn a little bit more fluidity. We've got to learn to, you know, kind of just go with the flow a little bit more and use our imaginations to work around some of the things that are happening to us, etc. So we're going to begin seated. I'll try not to talk too much. I end up talking a lot at the beginning when I'm talking about chakras, because there's so much information out there. And at some point I may well do a workshop that covers all of them online, you know, and we get to go a little bit more in depth into the chakra system and how it can impact in our health. So the mudra we're going to work with today is called Kalisvara mudra, which supports the flood of thoughts, and it calms the mind, calms our feelings and helps us to create clarity. It supports memory and concentration. So how we come into this mudra, I'll show you up close. You bring the middle fingers together, and then all the other fingers you kind of fold inwards and bring the joints of the other fingers together like so. And then with your thumbs you take them underneath, and so when you're looking at it you've got like a little heart shape there. You probably see it better upside down. There we go, little heart shape. And then we're going to take that thumb just over to the breastbone and just press between and into the sternum. Elbows come out to the side. I want you to soften your shoulders. Lovely. And we're just going to take a moment here. If this feels uncomfortable for anyone, of course, you can just leave your hands gently in the lap. Lovely. So I'm going to ask you now, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. So just bring the eyes nice and closed. Or you can just look out through the lower lashes if that feels better. And we're going to come into our Ujjayi breathing. So for those of you unfamiliar with Ujjayi breath, we have the mouth closed and we breathe in and out through the nose, nice and softly and at our own pace for now. And we almost constrict a little bit into the back of the throat so that as we breathe in, we can hear a soft snoring sound. So I don't know if you can hear it in me. I'll try and exaggerate it a little bit, but no, that's exaggerating it a little bit. So you wouldn't want to push quite that hard. It might make you a bit dizzy. But I want you to just see if you can hear that soft, gentle, almost like the sound of the ocean as you breathe in and out. Really nice. And again, remember, if the mudra becomes a little bit too much for you and it feels a little bit like hard work, too much, you can always just bring your hands down and come to chin mudra if that's your preferred place. Breathe in and breathe out. Lovely. And so with the eyes closed, I want you to begin to equalize your breathing. So maybe breathing in for the count of 4 or 5 and then breathing out for the same count. Breathing in and breathing out. And I tend not to go too much when we're coming into equal breathing into numbers, because it all depends on the size of our lungs. So as you breathe slowly and steadily in through the nose, maybe count in your head how long it takes you to fill the lungs up in total, and then match that in-breath with the out-breath. Lovely. So breathing in and breathing out. And just notice how the body starts to quieten. Bring your awareness to any sounds that you might be able to hear in the room, and maybe any sounds that you can hear outside of the room. And just acknowledge those sounds with acceptance, whatever they may be. And so in a practice that supports memory and concentration, we want to really think about drawing our awareness inwards. Really nice. Breathing in and breathing out. And our sankalpa today, or our intention, is I see things clearly and I am open to wisdom. So as you breathe in, maybe in your mind's eye, just repeat to yourself, I see things clearly, I am open to wisdom. And just stay breathing in that lovely, gentle in and out breath, equalizing your breathing. Really nice. And then we're going to take another breath in here and gently release the hands down. Just give the fingers a little wiggle, let them come free. They might feel a little bit tight where we've been working in that mudra. Lovely. And then bring your hands down, just down to the tops of the thighs, and be in a nice comfortable seated position. Let go of the legs. Beautiful. So Ajna governs the eyes, and the forehead, and as we said, the pituitary glands. So we're going to be working a little bit with some eye work first thing. So first of all, I want you to bring your awareness to the eyes. Okay, sort of the insides of the eyes and behind the eyes. Maybe noticing if there's any colours as you close the eyes. And then open your eyes up and open them nice and wide. I know it's going to look funny on screen to everybody, but so open them up as wide as you can. Okay, lovely. And then close them and squeeze them up nice and tight. Lovely. Open again. Really nice. And then close your eyes. Lovely. And squeeze them up. And then one more time, just open up the eyes. Beautiful. Really nice. Keep them nice and wide. And then close. Really nice. And then what we're going to do is we're going to keep the head nice and still. So I want your head to stay exactly where it is in the body. Okay, maybe draw your chin in a fraction so you've got this nice long line through the back of the neck. And we're going to open the eyes nice and wide, and we're just going to move the eyeballs. So we're going to look up towards the ceiling. Lovely. Take it as far up as you can, and then look down. And just notice how that feels. This work strengthens the muscles of the eyes. And again, we're going to do that a few more times. So looking up and looking down. Looking up and looking down. Feels a bit weird sometimes. You can feel that movement in the eyes. And looking up looking down. And one more time, look all the way up towards the top of the eyes, but without moving the head. And then look down. Beautiful. Now bring the palms of the hands together, rub them together, and then take the hands over the eyes. Just bathe the eyes in darkness for a couple of breaths. So breathing in and breathing out. As you soften the eyes, you can close the eyes behind if you want to. Breathing out. Really nice. And then gently releasing the hands back down. Lovely. This time I'm going to take it side to side. So head nice and still in the middle of your body. No pressure anywhere. Releasing any tension through the body. Chest is lifted. We're drawing the belly in. So we're working all the way alongside this with the body, opening through the collarbones. Nice and smooth across the forehead. Breath in here. We're going to open up the eyes nice and wide. Lovely. And then nice normal breathing pattern as we just look towards the right first time. So look across towards the right as far as you can go without moving the head, and then slowly take it across to the left. Okay, and then again across to the right and over to the left. Lovely. Again across to the right, just moving the eyeballs, keeping the head nice and still, and then over to the left, across to the right, and over to the left, and one more time, across to the right, and over to the left. Beautiful. Bring the eyes back to the centre, give them a little squeeze shut. Rub the palms of the hands together, bathe the eyes in darkness. Lovely. Nice breath in and breath out. Beautiful. Gently and in your own time, release the hands and just allow those hands to come down. A bit different this morning, eh? So any of you new that are looking into class, we're not usually doing eyes, but because it's Ajna and it's to do with the eyes in this session, that's why we're doing this work here. So take a lovely breath in here. We're going to look up to the top right, that way, sorry, top right, and then bottom left. And again, top right and bottom left. Top right and bottom left. Top right and bottom left. And again, top right and bottom left. Beautiful. Take it over to the other side. So we're going to now look at the top, the other side. Top right, top left and bottom right this time. Top left and bottom right. Or the other side if I've got that wrong. Top left and bottom right in a nice diagonal movement. Top left and bottom right, and up to the other side and down. Beautiful. And then just give those hands a little bit of a rub and take them over the eyes. So apologies if I got that wrong. It may well have happened. I'm not going to know till I look back now. Beautiful. Memory and concentration. You see, I'm massively in need of some help with my memory and concentration. One more breath in here as we're just covering the eyes, bathing them in darkness, and let go. Really nice. So take a nice big breath in here, and we're going to look up and then draw a big circle with the eyes. Now this can feel quite tricky to do, looking down, out to the other side and up. And then take it back in the other direction. Okay, all the way down and up. And again, going in the opposite direction each time, all the way around and look up. And all the way around and look up. Beautiful. One more time, we're going to go all the way around and look up. And all the way around and look up. And this time I want you to shut the eyes gently for a moment and then open them really wide. As wide as you can. Beautiful. Lovely. And then closing the eyes again, we're going to bring palms of the hands together. Bathe the eyes in darkness. Really press a little bit into the eye sockets and enjoy that rest. So this is great for people who have any eye issues going on, or people who are using the screens all day, or you know, who are kind of like looking at screens and home working all day. But it is also a really interesting challenge to do with rights and lefts, and helps to bring that brain a little bit into some work. So release the hands and come all the way down. So I'm going to move over onto the mat now. So I want you to stay where you are. Maybe you can bathe into the eyes just a little bit longer if that's working for you. Okay, so I want you to come onto the floor now. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. So just take a moment to find your alignment in your hands and knees. And again, we're going to be working with this Ajna quality, so between the eyebrows. So I want you to think about bringing your awareness to between the eyebrows, maybe looking up towards the eyebrows as you're working through your cat-cow. So just bring the hands to the floor, knees are underneath the shoulders, hands underneath the wrists. Okay, eyes of the elbows are looking towards each other, and we're going to draw the shoulders away from the ears. Taking a breath in, just lower the belly, look up towards the eyebrows. Beautiful. Gentle curve through the back and an opening through those collarbones. As you exhale, begin to round the back. Draw your belly in and press up and out of the fronts of your feet and up and out of the hands. Lovely. Inhale as you lower down. Beautiful. And then exhale, drawing your belly in. Inhale as you lower into your cow pose, and exhale, gently rounding the back. And just spend a few moments here just working at your own pace. So taking your breath in and out, I want you to just focus on moving the body in a slow meditative way, bringing awareness to the eyebrows and that little point between the eyebrows as you move through cat-cow. Beautiful. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. One more breath in. You're going to come down to the centre and then draw your belly in and really think about lengthening through the spine as much as you can. So that extension from the top of the head all the way down to the tailbone. Lovely. Take a breath in here. We're going to draw the hips back and sit back into our child pose. So allow the forehead to come to the floor. If you find that your forehead doesn't want to come to the floor, then you can always take a block, or you can take a cushion, or you can stack your hands. But try to get that connection into the middle of the eyebrows. So even if you have a block really high up, that works as well. You can be here. So we work towards getting our seat back to the heels and the forehead to the floor. Some of you may find it more comfortable to open up those knees a little bit more and then soften yourself down. Lovely. Breathe in and breathe out. So we're activating again into Ajna. Take a little massage across the forehead. So maybe a little bit of gentle movement through the head. Taking it from side to side, activating into this area. Really nice. One more breath in here, and then as we exhale, we're going to bring ourselves back up to hands and knees. Lovely. Take your hips from side to side for a moment, just easing out into the side of the body. Nice. Little bit of gentle movement at your own pace here. Nice. A little tiny bit of rotation in the wrist, just to let go of any tension or pressure that you might have there. And then spread the fingers nice and wide. We're going to draw the belly in, tuck the toes under, and feel a stretch into the underside of your toes. And then pick up your knees and come into your first downward facing dog. Okay, so gentle pedal through those feet. Easing one heel down and then the other. And I want you to bring your knees as close to the chest as you can, or rather the chest as close to the knees, so you're not loading weight onto your wrists. Okay, so draw, even if that means bending the knees quite generously. Really press back, find that length in your spine and let go of your head. Give it a little shake and a little nod. Beautiful. Breathe in and breathe out. Take a breath in. We're going to lift up that right leg. So take your right leg all the way up. We're going to bend the knee and then gently open out to the side. So
See if you can lift that knee up a little bit higher and look up underneath your left armpit. See if you can see your foot. Really nice. Press firmly down into your left foot. Release and allow that foot to come back down. Beautiful. Left leg rises. So take a nice stretch up and away with that left leg. Bend the knee first of all and then open out to the side, opening into your hip. Beautiful. Take a look under the armpit this time on the right side. See if you can see your foot. Really nice. Pressing firmly into your right heel as well. And then come back to the centre. Foot comes down and we sit back into our child pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Well done, everybody. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. One more breath in here. And on the exhale, come back to your hands and knees. Gorgeous. Tuck under with your toes again and back into your downward facing dog. So pick up those knees. Press firmly into your fingers and scoop the belly in. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice and strong through the pose. Breathing in and breathing out. This time we're going to pick up that right leg, lift it up as high as feels comfortable, but try and keep your hips nice and level. And then on the exhale, we're going to bend the knee in and just step it or walk it up to the top of your mat. Beautiful. I'm going to pop that knee down onto the mat, let go of the foot at the back and lift up into a nice crescent pose. So squeeze the muscles of your legs, draw your belly in here. So really breathe in deeply as you lift. Look up between the eyebrows. Breathe in and breathe out. Lovely. One more breath in here as we exhale. Allow the hands to come down, planting your left hand into the mat and the right hand rises all the way up and we turn towards that right knee. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath in here and exhale, release. Hand comes all the way back down. Beautiful. Tuck your toe under, straighten your back leg. Nice and strong through the back leg. Squeeze the muscles and then step your foot back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breath in here, scoop the belly in and breath out. Heels come down. Breath in again, make sure you're releasing that head and breath out. Draw that belly all the way in. Breath in, this time we're going to pick up the left leg, press it all the way up as high as feels good for you, and then on the exhale we're going to walk or step it through to the top of the mat. Really lovely. Find that lunge position for a moment and then release the knee. Allow the knee to come down. We're going to press down into our right hand this time. Left one rises all the way up and we turn towards that knee. Keep drawing your knee inwards. Lovely. Draw your belly in, strong through the arms. Really lots of power through this. One more breath in here and release. Take a nice breath in and this time we're going to lift up into our crescent. So gently look up through the eyebrows. Breathe in and breathe out. Lovely. Now take it up a little bit higher if you can. Really nice. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath in here. Exhale, release all the way down. We're going to tuck the toes under at the back. Straighten your back leg. Lovely. Nice, strong lunge position here in that low lunge. And then take the foot back, downward facing dog. Lovely. Breathe in and breathe out. Take a gentle rest here in your downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in and then on the exhale we're going to replace those knees and sit back into our Balasana child pose. So again, you might need your block here. Just allow the forehead to rest. Bring the arms behind for a moment and just allow the energy to soften a little bit into the body, bringing awareness to Ajna, to the third eye center. Really nice. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath in here, and then on the exhale, come back to those hands and knees again. So again, making sure that your alignment is correct, that you've got the wrists under the shoulders, the knees are underneath the hips, that you feel nice and connected into the body and into the mat. Breath in here and tuck your toes under. We're going to come back up into downward facing dog. So we lift the knees, lift the hips up and back as far as we can. Open through those shoulders, but draw your shoulder muscles down the back so that you're really drawing shoulders away from your ears. Press firmly into your fingers, including the knuckle joints. Really nice. One more breath in here, and we're going to gently walk to the top of the mat. And just allow ourselves to fold all the way down, taking hands behind the ankles. Bring the forehead towards the knees. Lovely. Bend your knees nice and generously. And spreading the toes as much as you can. Really nice. Breathe in and breathe out. So a lovely inversion that brings fresh blood and nutrients to your brain. Helps to improve concentration. Uttanasana, forward fold. We're going to take a breath in and slowly just begin to wind ourselves all the way up. So coming up to standing. And we're going to come to the middle of the mat. Lovely. So just take a moment here to find your mountain pose. So pressing down into all four corners of the feet and just allowing yourself to feel as if all of the muscles in the body are switched on. So squeezing into, first of all, the calf muscles and then the thighs. Draw your bottom in. Lovely. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to draw your shoulders up and then just allow them to melt down the back. Send the fingers away towards the floor, so real energy coming out of the hands. Lovely. And then lift up through the crown of the head. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice if you're in the middle of your body. You might need to draw yourself over to one side a bit more, or maybe draw yourself back. That's all possible. Breathe in and breathe out. And just notice how it feels just to stand still and tall for a moment. Bringing the awareness to that third eye centre, just that spot between the eyebrows. Breathing in and breathing out. Really nice. So we're going to stand for a moment and just gently begin to flicker open the eyes if you had them closed. And I want you to take the arms all the way up overhead and clasp the hands together except the first finger. So your first finger is pointed like so. Okay, so first of all here, let's have a look at what's going on with our posture. So you might find that you've automatically kind of stood up and gone like this. So you've got this curvature through the spine. So what I want you to do is really think about lengthening your tailbone and drawing your belly in. Okay, so that you're a little bit more upright rather than this lordosis in the spine. That's the first thing. Second thing, we need to think about the fact that maybe our shoulders have all crunched up and gone a little bit strange. So draw those shoulders open and down. Really nice. Just look up towards the fingers, and I want you to take your gaze, what we call drishti, to the tips of your two first fingers. And I don't want you to lose that gaze at all. So I want you to keep fixed. Keep your eyes focused on that point of the tips of your fingers. And then what we are going to do is take a gentle back bend. So allow the back to curve a fraction. Really nice. Open through the chest and draw the shoulders away from the ears. Beautiful. And then we're going to just begin to draw a line with this circle, with these fingers. So I want you to draw the belly in. And then we're going to start to hinge forwards. And I want you to keep your eyes on the tips of your fingers. And it's almost as if we're drawing a laser beam line all the way down the ceiling, all the way across the ceiling, and then down the far wall. So you keep your eyes on the tips of your fingers. Fold, 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 all the way down till you're drawing a line on the floor. And then just bring that line to just in between the toes. Really nice. And just stop here for a moment. Allow the body to soften down. Breathe in and breathe out. Remember, you can bend the knees if you need to. Keep your gaze on that point of your fingertips. Lovely. And then we're going to reverse this. So we start to draw a nice slow line across the floor. So it's challenging our focus and that ability to stay connected with our gaze, because it's very easy to look somewhere else now. So just keep your focus on those fingertips. As you begin, you might want to bend the knees a little bit as you come up. Focus, 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 all the way up. You'll be drawing a line on the ceiling soon. All the way up and back. Gentle back bend if it feels good for you. Really nice. And then come back to the centre. Bring your head to the centre, bring hands down to the heart centre. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in deeply and breathe out. Really nice. So that's a lovely exercise at keeping your focus. So drishti, what we call drishti is gaze. It's where we rest our gaze. So when I talk about finding your drishti point, what I mean is when we come into a balance pose, we try to look at one specific point on the wall or maybe on the floor, but keeping that head lifted, keeping this long line through the body. And then we don't lose that focus at all. We keep looking at that one non-moving object, or maybe like the edge of a light switch or something like that. And that's drishti, that's our glance, that's our gaze, and that's where we try and stay focused. As we try to stay focused in this way, it helps us to improve our balance, but it also teaches us about keeping focus on things in our lives while there's kind of chaos going on around it. So if you've ever tried to balance, maybe like we did the other day on the field in the wind, and we're being all blown about and you can see all the trees moving and all the mats are blowing around, it's really about finding that lovely focus, and then you can stay still amongst all that chaos. Okay, so we're going to use a little bit of drishti focus now. First of all, I just want to do a little bit of work with the spine, just to warm up the spine. So we're going to inhale, take the arms up high, and exhale, fold all the way forwards, nice and gently. Bend the knees a little bit. Inhale, round the back, and just draw yourselves up. Beautiful. And then we're going to inhale all the way up. Gorgeous. Exhale, fold forwards. A little bit of work just to move your spine. Release the head as you get to the bottom. Inhale, draw the belly in, draw your chin in, and roll all the way up. Beautiful. And then one more time, just a nice lift all the way up. Exhale, folding forwards. Beautiful. Find a lovely stretch in the back of the legs if you can, maybe a little bit of soft movement, and then draw yourselves all the way up. Beautiful. Arms come all the way up high again and down to your heart centre. Lovely. So balance is very much about focus and concentration. So bring your awareness now to the right side of your body, and we're going to shift that weight over onto the right side. I want you to imagine that you've got tree roots growing out through the bottoms of that foot, the right foot, and you're squeezing the muscles of the legs, you're drawing your belly in, and you're lengthening your tailbone. We're going to just very gently pick up the other foot, so the left foot rises, just away from the floor an inch or so. Some of you may find this quite challenging. You might want to be next to a wall just in case you're worried about toppling, etc. And look and see what's going on with your leg on that right side. Is there a wobble happening like there is with me? A little wobble in my ankle. Begin to squeeze the ankle. Don't worry about wobbling. Wobbling is part of the process. It's about the fact that we're building strength through the legs. Draw your belly in. Think about focusing your drishti. If you want to and it feels good, pick up that knee maybe a little bit higher. Gorgeous. And again, if it feels good, you can bring the arms up and overhead, or you can bring the hands to the heart centre. But just stay focused on that balance, focused on your one non-moving point. Draw your belly in and squeeze the muscles of the body. Nice and active through your balance. One more breath in here. Exhale, replace the leg down. Let go. And just notice a little bit of maybe tenderness in the leg if you've been standing on it for a while. You might want to gently pedal those feet. Beautiful. Well done. We're going to take a nice breath in. Bring the arms all the way up. Take the palms of the hands together, bring them down to your heart centre. Really lovely. Take that weight over onto the left side of your body. So transfer the weight. Excuse me. Feel that kind of strength in the legs and a connection into the earth. Tree roots through the bottoms of the foot. Find all four corners of your foot if you can. Squeeze the muscles and then a nice gentle pick up of that right foot this time. So you can just be an inch or two away from the floor and know that you can always pop your foot down. So don't try to balance more than you want to, if that makes sense. No, more than you can. If you find you're wobbling too much and it feels awful, don't put yourself in a position where you might actually fall. Always look after yourself, maybe using the wall if you need to. Or maybe just not pushing yourself too hard, you know, just a little balance here is fine. Really nice. If you want to extend it, lift up the knee a bit more. Think about balancing those hips, drawing your belly in, beautiful. And maybe the arms are going to come to the heart centre, or you might want to be a little bit higher up with those arms. 'Tis up to you. It's your practice at the end of the day. So pressing the palms of the hands together if you've got the hands at the chest. Breathe in, lifting that knee. Wonderful. One more nice breath in here and exhale, release. Lovely, gentle pedaling of the feet. Breath in and breath out, and let go of any judgments that you might have on yourself about your balance. Balance is a learned skill. It's not about you getting older or anything like that. My 13-year-old daughter struggles to balance sometimes when she doesn't practice. It's about practicing it. And the more we practice balance, the less likely we are to fall over, which has got to be a good thing. So, lovely. We're going to just going to come back to that lovely mountain pose again. Relax. Maybe close the eyes for a moment. Let go of any tension around the kneecaps. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to work in Garudasana Eagle Pose today, which is a particularly nice pose for the third eye. And there's a lot of concentration that goes on it. So there are stages through this. And you're welcome to work at whatever stage you want to, or even take a rest if that's where you want to be today. So, you know, never feel that there's pressure to do anything. It's just I'm here to guide you, and, you know, if you want to come along with me, that's great. If not, and you're just wanting to watch, then that's great too. So take a nice breath in. We're going to just take that weight over gently onto the right side again. And again, begin to squeeze the muscles of the legs, find that connection and that strength in your right leg. Tree roots coming out down through the bottom of the foot, nice and balanced. And then what we're going to do here is just take a very gentle bend in the knee, so almost like a little springy boing through the knees, just to see how much you've got there, and squeeze the calf muscles at the back. Lovely. We're going to pick up that left leg and we're going to cross it over. Now, if balance is a little bit of an issue for you, you can take that toe down to the floor, and then I want you to focus on this bind here. So it's the legs coming in, squeezing together. So, you know, try and find a nice connection here between the thighs, squeezing the legs. The alternative is to take that foot and wrap it around the back of the calf, if that feels better for you, or if you're wanting to challenge your balance a little bit more. And that also helps you to squeeze those legs a little bit tighter together. Think about drawing your belly in. Really nice. But remember, you can be here or you can pop your toe down any time that you want to. Okay, I'm going to work here so I don't wobble about and put you off too much. But remember, if you want to challenge, you just bring that leg up. Beautiful. Take a breath in here. We're going to bring those arms all the way up. Lovely. Bring them to cactus arms. Breath in here, draw your arms back. And then breath out. We're going to take the right arm underneath the left. Beautiful. Find a single bind if that works for you. But if you can bring the hands together, then great. Then what I want you to do, if you can come into that double bind, take your thumb and just pop it into your third eye. You see from the side here. Lovely. And just find that little focus there into the third eye. Beautiful. Draw your belly in and squeeze everything in together into that center line. Really nice. Inhale and exhale. Garudasana, eagle pose. One more breath in here, and we're going to pop that toe down and unwind those arms. Beautiful. Come back to mountain pose. Find some stillness for a moment. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. Well done. So lots going on there. Lots to remember, lots to focus on. Beautiful. One more breath in here. And we're going to come over to that other side. So just take it over onto the left side this time. Find that strength through the leg. Beautiful. Lovely big breath in here and a gentle bend in the knee. But practice it first before you start the balance. Lovely. Draw your belly in. We're going to cross that other leg over, so the right leg comes over the left this time. And again, remember, you can pop the toe down here if that feels better for you, or you can work with wrapping that foot around. Really squeezing the thighs together. Beautiful. Take a nice big breath in here. The arms are going to come up, and we come into cactus arms. Draw your belly in. Breath in as you draw the arms back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then breath out. We bring the left under the right. Beautiful. And come into that lovely bind here. Soften your shoulders, soften your face. Top thumb can just press in towards the third eye. And again, you can work here to squeeze the muscles of the body. Draw everything in towards your center. And don't forget to breathe. Keep breathing. You might find that you're holding your breath. So make sure you're breathing. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. And one more breath in here. And as we exhale, just release that toe down, release the arms, and come back to your mountain pose. Maybe a gentle pedal through the feet. Close the eyes and allow the breath to release. Let go of the pose, the asana. No judgments on your asana, just an acceptance of who you are and where you are now. And a big pat on the back for coming and doing some practice. Breathe in and breathe out. Really nice. Okay, we're going to step to the top of the mat. So come to the very top of your mat, with your mat being sideways on. We're going to take a breath in, lift all the way up. Exhale, we're going to release and fold forwards. And again, just take a moment here just to allow the torso to release. Maybe bend those knees really, really generously. Maybe taking the hands behind the back of the ankles. Nose comes to the knees. We're going to plant both hands down in front of the feet, and then we're going to step back into our downward facing dog. Lovely. So find your way into downward facing dog. Draw the heels down towards the floor. Draw your belly in. Press the chest towards those thighs. Really think about opening the fingers, squeezing all the air out from underneath your palms. Lovely. One more breath in here. We release our knees, come down to the floor, and sit back to Balasana, child pose. Forehead comes to the floor, gentle massage through the forehead, maybe taking the head softly from side to side. Really nice, breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful, one more breath in here. And then as we exhale, we're going to walk the hands back and we're going to transfer and come over onto our bottoms. Lovely. So, first of all, just coming to cross legs for a moment. And we're going to move into our, what we call Janusarasana and Dandasana, which are just some, but I want to talk to you a little bit first about bringing that awareness to the centre of the eyebrows. So when we work in yoga, we think about the flow of energy through the body. So I want you to imagine that flow of energy as we come into these stretches, coming from the bottom of the feet, coming hitting kind of where where the chakra center starts at the root, and then going all the way up through and out of the third eye. So I want you to really focus on that energy, and I'll explain it a little bit more as we're working through it. So Janu Sarasana, we're going to take, send out your left leg, send the left leg away nice and long. The knees point up towards the ceiling, and the toes point up towards the ceiling. So make sure you're firmly in control of that leg, that it's not just flopping out to the side. The other leg, we're just going to tuck it in. Any of you struggling with that, or if the knee is giving you a little bit of tenderness or anything, you can always loosen it a bit and then just take a block underneath it if that feels better. Okay, so think about where your belly button is. We're going to lift up nice and tall with the arms all the way up, and then turn the belly button towards the outstretched leg. So the belly button is almost looking at your big toe, if that makes sense. Lovely. And then as we exhale, we're going to hinge forward. So I want you to think about really sitting up on those sit bones, hinging forwards and keeping your collarbones open, and then allow the hand to come wherever it comes comfortably. Okay, so it might be on the knee, might be on the shin, or for some of you it might be on the toe with your forehead down towards the knee. Okay, but there's no rights and wrongs here. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. Think about that energy coming in through the sole of the foot, moving all the way along through the body, and then coming out through the top of the head. Really nice. And think about activating into third eye center, so the color blue or indigo. Breathe in and breathe out. See if you can soften the back of the knee down any more. You might find you can come maybe a little bit closer. Lovely. Breathe in and breathe out. And then we're going to breathe in as we lift all the way up. Bring that belly button back to the center. Palms of the hands together down to your heart center. Beautiful. And release. And then bring that other leg in. So bring the one leg in, send the other one all the way out. And again, focus on that knee being up towards the ceiling, toes being up towards the ceiling, spreading the toes as much as you can. Now again, you might find one side is a little bit tighter than the other, so listen to your body as you're moving through this. We're going to take a breath in, and we're going to lift up nice and tall, lifting up and out of our hips. Beautiful. Turn the belly button towards the outstretched leg, so belly button's looking towards big toe. And then exhale, we're going to hinge forwards, but no pain. If you feel any pain, that's your body saying, please don't do this. So I find it a little bit tougher on this side, so I'm up a bit higher on this side. But I'm going to just release my head a fraction, and I'm going to focus on that flow of energy coming in through the leg and then up through the top of the head. Beautiful. Breathing in and breathing out. Every time you breathe out, seeing if you can maybe creep those arms and hands a little bit closer. Breathe in and breathe out. Gorgeous. And then one more breath in here. And we're going to lift up and out and bring the arms all the way down. Beautiful. And then just bring that other leg back in, and we're going to bring soles of the feet together, coming into Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose. So soles of the feet meet. You can have the feet a little bit further away if that feels more comfortable for you in the hips. Make a nice diamond shape. Or you can work towards bringing the heels a bit closer in towards the groin. Clasping the toes or clasping the ankles, whichever works for you. Think about opening your collarbones. Lovely. Nice and upright, sitting all the way up on the top of your sit bones. Beautiful. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, maybe you'll find the knees want to release down a little bit more. Lovely stretch in the inner thigh. But remember, everybody's Baddha Konasana looks different. For some people will be here, that's okay, that's still Baddha Konasana. People have this fixed idea of what poses should look like. It's not really about what they look like, it's about how they feel inside. So Think of this lovely long line of energy here, lifting all the way up through the top of the head. Beautiful. Breathe in and breathe out. You can close the eyes here for a moment. Beautiful. Breath in and breath out. Lovely. And then one more breath in here and exhale. We're going to bring those knees all the way up to the center and send the legs away long. Beautiful. So press firmly into your heels. I'll come sideways on so you can see me a little bit better. So we're going to press firmly into our heels, toes up towards the ceiling. Maybe removing any flesh if we need to, so we can sit tall on our sit bones. And then take a breath in, lift up the shoulders, roll them down your back. Press the palms of the hands down into your mat. Draw your chin in a fraction. Squeezing the muscles of the legs. Real control over the whole body. Full body engagement here. Breathe in and breathe out. Belly is drawn in. Pelvic floor is drawn up. So we're really nice and connected. But relax your shoulders. Breathe in and breathe out. Relax the face. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. One more time, just breathing in as we hold into Mula Bandha, the lower root lock, and then exhale, release, and just allow soles of the feet to come together and release the head. Should feel nice and relaxed. Again, bringing that awareness to the eyes. Lovely. And so we're all going to finally meet in hands and knees. In cross legs. Lovely. You might want to pop a block underneath you if that makes you feel a bit more comfortable, or if that helps you to get the knees a little bit lower down. That can help to train those knees a bit more to come down a bit further. Really nice. So find a lift through the chest and a lift through the crown of the head. We're going to take a breath in. And I always like to finish with a nice gentle twist. It just helps to wring out those organs a little bit. It just helps us to feel nice and centered after the twist. So we're going to take a breath in, but very gently. I want you to turn towards the right side, taking the hands over towards the knee or to the shin if that feels better. And just take a nice gentle turn of the chest here. Breathing in. And breathing out, you can close the eyes. A couple of nice breaths here, and then gently come back to the center. Breathe in deeply, lift through the crown of the head, and then exhale all the way over to the other side. So just a very gentle turn here. No pressure, no forcing of anything. Nice and soft through your face. Really lovely. Breathing in and breathing out. And then one more nice breath in. And we bring it all the way back to the center. Lovely. We're going to take Chin Mudra here for a moment. Breathe in and breathe out. So Chin Mudra brings all of the chakras together, really. It's bringing our consciousness together, our higher power, whatever that may be. For some people it may be God, for some people it may be the universe or nature. And bringing ourselves together. So this is significant. The thumb is significant of our higher power. The finger is significant of us. And we bring us and our consciousness together. And we send the other 3 fingers away. Nice. So just breathe in, closing the eyes. Notice the effects on the body that some of the practices have had into our eyes. You might find the eyes are feeling a little bit looser, a bit clearer. Really nice. Breathe in and breathe out. And again, just coming to that nice natural breath, allowing the body to settle. And bring yourself to equalized breath again. So breathing in for maybe the count of 5 or 6. And breathing out, matching that breath. You may find you can breathe a little bit deeper, a little bit slower this time.
And just bringing the awareness to your third eye chakra between the eyebrows. And being aware that as you move into your relaxation, that you'll be able to, that you need to be nice and open to any visualizations that might come to you. Allow the mind to go wherever it wants to go. It might want to take you on a little journey. So maybe it might want to take you to a beach, or it might want to take you to a forest, or wherever you want to go. There's no shoulds or shouldn'ts here, but just allow that imagination to wander as you move into your relaxation. So I'm going to work with a guided relaxation that is to do with Ajna, but of course if you want to, you can always pop your own music on, turn me down and just have a nice rest if that's where you want to be. Or you can just listen to what's going on with my mantra. So we're going to move now into our relaxation space. So taking a breath in, gently releasing the mudra. A little bit of a wriggle and maybe a little shake of the hands as we signify that we're moving in to this next portion of class. So we're going to come down to the floor now. Get yourself a blanket if you need it. Just allow yourself to soften down into the mat. I'll come a little bit closer so that you guys can hear me. Lovely. Come onto my chair. And feel free to put any extra clothing on, etc. Or pop onto your sofa if that's where you want to be. And we're going to work with Ajna, or the third eye chakra. So just allow yourself to be comfortable, let your whole body relax. Make sure you feel warm enough. So any distractions and things that are happening, you can bring your awareness in and just allow yourself to soften into the moment. So close your eyes. And this is your time now, so leave all your worries at the door and just allow yourself to relax into the flow of this moment. So whatever comes easily for you now is just right. And there is only right here, right now. The future and the past do not exist right now. And I want you to notice any sounds outside of the room. And just acknowledge them and let them go. Notice any sounds inside of the room. And acknowledge them and let them go. And just tell your body to relax. Let your feet and legs soften into position. Relax your shoulders and relax your hands. Allow your full body to soften down and relax into a natural position. And now tell your head and your face to relax. Your scalp, your ears, your jaw and your chin, your cheeks, your nose, your eyes, and your eyebrows. So your forehead is soft and relaxed. And just take a cleansing breath in and then breathe out any tension that you might be holding in your body. And just allow your breathing to fall into its own natural rhythm, not trying to control it in any way. Just observing as you breathe in relaxation and breathe out tension. Breathing in and breathing out, and just watching that natural rhythm of your breath. And if thoughts intrude, just allow them to flow on past and then return your attention to your breath, breathing in and breathing out. And now bringing your attention to your brow, I want you to imagine an indigo light there, swirling around like a whirlpool. And try to notice how it feels, how it looks. Try to get a sense of how it's functioning. Are there any thoughts coming into your head? Is it swirling and moving? What speed is it? Does it feel fast or slow? Is it a small light or a large light? And can you see any colour in your mind's eye? Visualise again the indigo light around your third eye area and watch as this indigo glow starts to gently spread out and get bigger as it spins. And now bring your attention to your breathing, breathing in and breathing out. And as you breathe in, visualize yourself breathing a deep indigo light down into your third eye area. And with every in-breath, you pull in fresh indigo light, allowing it to fill the third eye chakra and your head, and spreading out throughout the whole body. Breathe in indigo light down into your arms and your hands, down into your pelvis, and then into your legs and your toes. And breathing in indigo light up into your chest, your head, filling your entire body and connecting with all the other chakras. Notice that as you breathe in this light, it brings you insight, wisdom, intuition, and focus. And as you breathe out, the light opens your mind and brings clarity. And feel this glow as it gently spins and surrounds you, breathing in the light and breathing out tension. In your head, tell yourself that you are open, you are wise, you are clear thinking, and you have clarity. Breathing in the indigo light and breathing out tension. Breathing in the indigo light and breathing out tension. And then bringing the attention back to your third area, focusing on the light around Ajna, the third eye chakra. Begin to visualize this light becoming smaller, just bringing it down to around the size of a fairy light and bringing it back down to normal function. And just repeat to yourself, my third eye chakra is working at normal function. And we're just going to take a few moments here just to rest the body, rest the mind, allowing all the movements that we've made to imprint on the body. And just listening to that natural ebb and flow of your breath. Okay, and so very gently we're going to bring our awareness back now. Become aware to the flow of your breath. And just notice the cool breath as it comes in through your nose and down through the back of the throat. And then notice on your exhale as the warmer air leaves your body. Notice that natural movement in your body as you breathe in and breathe out. And then begin to bring your awareness back to your hearing, so noticing any sounds inside or outside of the room. And we're going to spend a moment or two just focusing on that experience of touch, so maybe just bringing the thumbs and the fingers together, just starting to rub the pads of the thumbs and the fingers together, maybe touching each individual finger and then spreading the fingers nice and wide. Really get connected into those hands, opening the palms of the hands, maybe wriggling those fingers. And then we're going to do the same with those feet. So just squeezing the toes up, curling your toes and then opening the toes as wide as you can, and a little wriggle of the toes. And maybe some gentle circles into the ankles, if that feels good for you, and into the wrists. Lovely. And then we're going to bring palms of the hands together, create a little bit of heat and energy through the hands, a bit of prana and life force. And then take the hands back over those eyes again. Again, a really nice opportunity to just bathe the eyes in darkness. Really nice. Breathing in and breathing out. And then very gently just opening your eyes up into the darkness before gently opening the fingers and just allowing that light to softly come in. Beautiful. Take a lovely stretch through the whole body. Reach into those fingers, into the toes, extending through the spine. Really nice. And bring the arms back down. And then you might want to draw those knees into the chest. A little bit of work into your lower back. Maybe rolling around on your lower back, just creating circles with the knees. Maybe the legs want to go up in the air. Really nice. Breathe in and breathe out. Lovely. And then when you're ready, you can come up to seated, either by rocking yourself up to seated, or you can pop over onto one side, take a few moments. And again, remember, if you want to, you can stay resting. You can continue to lay down if you want to. That's always allowed. Beautiful. So once you're seated, find that comfortable place where you can lift the chest, lift the crown of the head, draw your shoulders down your back. Lovely. Breathe in. Take a nice big breath in. We're going to bring the arms up. Palms come together. Exhale, release. Hands come down. Inhaling, arms up. And exhaling, the hands come all the way down. And then one more time, we're going to inhale all the way up. Palms of the hands together. Bring the hands down to the forehead. So just holding here for a moment. Breathe in and breathe out. Really nice. Hands come down to your heart center. Going to spend a moment here working with your sankalpa. So any of you who are maybe working with your own sankalpa, feel free to. Or you may wish to repeat the sankalpa that we worked with, which is, I see things clearly, I am open to wisdom. I see things clearly, I am open to wisdom. One more time. I see things clearly, I'm open to wisdom. Beautiful. We're going to take a breath in, bring the hands up to the forehead, think kind and loving thoughts about ourselves and about others. And we bring it to the lips and we speak with kindness and the truth. And we take it to the heart and we have a kind, open and loving heart. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody. Really, really lovely. Thank you for joining me this morning. This was section 6 of the 7 sessions. So obviously on Thursday, that will be our last session of, it won't be the very last session of Journey Through the Chakras. It will be the penultimate one. So on Thursday, we're going to be working with the crown chakra. So top of the head. And then on Friday, which is going to be my last day before holiday as well, we're going to do a Journey Through the Chakras class where we will be working with asana from each chakra center. So it will be a nice way to just wrap up. It sort of finishes it up nice and nice and neatly, really. So we'll do a class which covers all of the chakras on Friday. So Friday's class might be, I'm just thinking, no, it won't be longer. It'll be about the same. It might be a little bit shorter, actually. I might take it just to 10:30. So, but I will be in touch with you before then to let you know. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Lovely. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Anyone has any questions about anything, just let me know. Take care, and I shall see you on Thursday morning next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Lots of love.